Welcome to the next instalment of the A to Z of human factors in diving, and today the letter is W. And what we're going to talk about today in the next couple of minutes or so is work as imagined versus work as done. And this concept comes from the high-risk safety industries, where they've recognized that the stuff that we write down in the rules, the procedures, the processes, how people think certain jobs should be done is called work as imagined. And in this case, it is everything that is documented. The problem with that documentation and that work as imagined is often it is developed and written by people who are dislocated from the real world. What pressures that people are under, the time pressures, the financial pressures, the social pressures. And so they write a purist form of what should happen. And in the diving industry, there is a lot of litigation involved as well. So there has to be a lot of defensive writing going on that means that if something isn't done right, it can be held, divers, instructors can be held accountable to what should have been done. But in the real world, what happens is that documentation, those procedures, those ideas get taken and then they meet the real world. And it becomes very difficult to manage the reality of the situation with the rules that are going on and the pressures that are on. And what we've seen recently with the documentary of If Only, there's commercial pressures, the time pressures that mean that people don't do what they're supposed to do. This gap between work as imagined and work as done happens everywhere. And so what we should be looking at is when accidents or incidents happen, don't just look at work as imagined, what should have been done in terms of the rules and regulations and procedures. Look at work as done, what happens normally, because accidents normally happen as deviations from work as done, not just work as imagined. So consider two entities: work as imagined, what should happen; work as done, what really gets done, and try to close that gap. That isn't about making everything go this way. It might be about changing some of the work as imagined to be closer to work as done. So W, work as imagined versus work as done. Thanks very much.